Hey guys, last recap video of the season as the Florida Panthers beat the New Jersey Devils 32 at home. Great win, great way to go out on a high note after a very tremendous, successful season for the Cats. And, what more can I say about it? It was a good win, definitely a way to go out on the last game of the season. So, with this video, I'm not really going to go too much into the recaps of the game and stuff like that, because, again, we're out of the playoffs, really not much you can really talk about. Hey, we won, awesome. So, on that note, I posted my last video, the recap of the Bruins game. I posted a thing saying, hey, give me your questions about me personally so you guys can get to know me, and I will go ahead and answer them for you. So I got a good amount of questions, guys. I appreciate the feedback. I didn't even put it on Twitter because I was just so busy, and I ended up getting 17 questions to answer. So I'm going to answer them fast as I can, and we'll see how long it takes. So first one is, being as you are from Boston, how did you become a Panthers fan? Pretty much, it was the logo. I loved the logo way back in '93. And I'm like, hey, let me follow this team. Started to like them. I loved how they played. I loved Roger Nielsen as a coach. I loved Beezer, one of my all-time favorite goaltenders. And again, I just fell in love with the team. Loved them ever since. So, number two is, growing up, did you play any sports in high school or middle school? The only sport I really did was track and field. I ran, but I really didn't even really do that in high school. During middle school, I did, they had this Quincy Athletics Club that had running and stuff like that, and I did a couple of track things with them. I ran a 4th of July thing in my hometown, Squantum, that they did. I won first place in my age group back then, so that's really all I did. I wanted to do hockey, but just never got the opportunity to, because I would have started so late. I would have started when I was like 13 years old, and my father didn't have the say. I wouldn't be able to do it, and whatever. So that's that. Third question is, do you follow any other sports exclusively? I pretty much follow all the major 4 sports, but I'd have to say, besides hockey, possibly baseball, as that was one of my true loves for a sport, was baseball back when I was younger. Number 4, were you always a Panthers fan? And I started getting into hockey back when the Bruins, and this will tie into another question as well, is, did you ever go for the Boston Bruins at any point before the Panthers? And, yes, clearly I went for the Bruins, unfortunately. Way back in the early 90s, we had that team that went to the Stanley Cup Finals a couple times against the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers crushed them both times. And I loved Reggie Lemelin. He was definitely one of my top goaltenders of all time. So, I did follow the Bruins up until 93, and then the rest is history. Who is your favorite player from the Panthers and NHL? Clearly, this man is my favorite player, Roberto Luongo. Of all time, John Van Beesbrook. And of the NHL, I love the goaltending position. I would have to say Carey Price is probably one of my favorite players in the NHL. And I don't know, that's really it. I just pretty much follow the Panthers exclusively, so... what band or artist do you consider to be the best ever? As you guys know, I do suffer from depression and stuff like that. So a band that has really gotten me through it, and I highly recommend if you're ever feeling down or anything, especially their song Lullaby, is Assemblage 23. It's a solo guy, does all the stuff. It's like the genre is electronic body music. I believe that's the genre he does, or EDM as well. Definitely check him out. Great artist. I've been wanting to see him live forever, but he never comes up here, unfortunately. So, up to Boston. As an American, do you like to travel, and or is there any special country you'd like to visit for the sake of interest or watch some non-American hockey? I love to travel. I've traveled many places around the United States, and one country there's many countries I'd love to travel, but probably the first country I'd want to go to is Japan. Definitely visit there. For non-American hockey, I'd probably visit Russia to see some hockey, or even Scandinavia, one of those countries up there. In support of signing Yager, and for how long? Well, fortunately, the answer is already answered for me, as the Panthers did sign Jaromir Jagr to a 1-year deal. I would have hoped for 2. Definitely excited that we did re-sign him. He's going to be a huge asset. Just having him, Barkov, and Huberdeau on that line all season. Can you guys fathom that? That obviously that is definitely going to give us another easily probably 10 wins next season. So we're oh my god, so pumped that we re-signed Jagr. Okay. Do you ever go? We already answered that question. Do you ever go for the Boston Bruins at one point for the Panthers? And obviously that was a yes. So, what are your hobbies outside of the Panthers? What do you like to do for fun? My big thing is music. I have currently over 21,000 songs on my iPod, and I love listening to music. I will also sometimes I like to run, even though I haven't really been lately, and going online, talking to everyone on Twitter and stuff like that, and making these videos. I love making these videos. I know this is still hockey, but it's definitely YouTube. I love going on YouTube and all that. So, what is your cat's name? As you guys know, I've put my cat in my videos a couple of times. I wish I could have him over here and show you guys. But his name is Socks, and the reason why we named him that is because his paws are white, while everything, most of his body is black. So, AKA he's wearing socks. How long have you been married, and does she want to marry to Florida too? We have been married for in October. We will be married 12 years. 12 years. Yesterday was actually our 16th year together. So we went out for a nice dinner and stuff like that. So it's been a while, and she's very hesitant to move to Florida. She knows there's a great opportunity for us, and I think once she sees the support on Twitter that I've gotten from everybody, I want to get it on Twitter so that she can see it, that everybody wants me to move down there, they want me to take the job and all that. I think she'll be more open to it and see that in the end it's going to better our lives. Living up here in Boston is just absolutely tough sometimes. So I think in the end it's going to better our lives. Next one is, what are some albums you like to listen to currently? Currently, I'm actually listening to every song, the over 21,000 songs in my iPod in alphabetical order right now. I just finished songs that start with Death. So, actually I'm on, I think, Debt right now, that song title. But honestly, anything by Assemblage 21, their albums, I love Depeche Mode. Again, I'm not really big on just listening to albums over and over again. It's just pretty much artists and playlists that I've created and stuff like that. Alrighty, who am I going to cheer for in the 2015 playoffs? I do own a Minnesota Wild jersey, so possibly the Wild I'll be rooting for. And then probably in the Eastern Conference, the Islanders. I do like the Islanders. So, next one is, will your job with the Panthers consist of you and your family moving to Florida, or would it be something you did during the season, returning to Boston during the offseason? And no, would be a full-time, well, part-time job, depending on when the Panthers play and all this, as a banquet chef working for the arena, the BB&T Center. And it's pretty much going to be in the Club Red, the huge luxury suite they have. It caters to pretty much the super rich and all them. So it'd be a full-time thing living down there. And I would not be living in Boston ever again. Hopefully. Knock on wood. Things go perfect down there. So, yeah, it would be full-time, not be coming back at all for Boston, maybe coming up to visit my, family and stuff like that, going to my best bud's Jack's wedding in 2016, so that probably would be about the extent of coming back up to Boston. All right, 2 more, guys, and we'll end this. I know this is a long video. You guys asked a lot of questions. I want to make sure I answer all of them. So, number 16 is, have there any other sports or teams that you follow? Are there? Again, I do follow baseball. Obviously, the Red Sox. The Marlins are my second favorite team, and then the Pittsburgh Pirates. Basketball, I'm a Celtics fan. Football, New England Patriots. I kind of was in the beginning when the Carolina Panthers played. I liked them, but not so much anymore. And that's really it. I'll sometimes watch golf. I like golf. I'm huge into bowling. I love bowling. So I really wish I could be good at that. But I'm not as great as I hope to be. As me and the wife went last Wednesday, and she beat me 2 out of 3 games. So clearly I'm not that great. Oh well. All right, last one is, how long do you think Longo will be a starter for us? And I think he's got another 2 years, possibly 3 left with us, which will be good because then by then we can have Brighton, come up. Hugo, the guy we signed that drafted last year, I think he'll be ready. So, and then who knows? We might pick up somebody during free agency, or end up trading for someone for Longo. But I don't see us trading away Longo after the 3 years. He is definitely going to retire with this club. So, all right, with that, guys, I'm going to close this out. I'm really not big into huge, long videos, so I'm not going to do anything else or what I plan on doing for my next videos. You're just going to have to wait and see. So, with that, thank you guys for watching and spending a good 13 minutes listening to me answer all the questions. I appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. And again, I will see you guys later this week.